Hi everyone, it is me, your instructor. I was gonna write a long post and place it in the announcements, but I figured I would just make a video instead. It would be easier, and that way I can show you exactly what you need for sources. I just got done grading your annotated bibliographies, and if you didn't get a perfect score on it, there are several reasons why. One, and probably the biggest one, is the types of sources that you used. Um, for instance, if you used Wikipedia as a source, I did deduct because Wikipedia is technically not a scholarly or academic source, and it is frowned upon to use it. You can go to Wikipedia as kind of a jumping off point, and you can take a look at some of the sources that those authors used, but I would not use Wikipedia as an actual source. Another reason why you may have gotten points deducted is if you use the course textbook, the American Yop. The reader is fine because that has primary sources, but the actual textbook that we use and that's listed in the course materials, you can use it as a source. It's just not going to be counted as one of the 5 main required sources for you to use. And then the other big reason you may not have gotten full points is for not having primary sources. When it comes to primary sources, those ones are usually the hardest ones to locate because primary sources are firsthand accounts. They're usually things like letters or diaries, government documents, things that are written at the time of an event or by people who witnessed the event. And for some of your topics, this may be a little difficult to locate, especially for Native Americans, and even for women, finding primary sources for those kind of subjects can be difficult. So I'm going to direct you back into our announcements. If you scroll down to the one that was called Bibliography, it lists the primary or the types of sources that you needed for your bibliography, and it has a list of sites that you can use to find sources. These last four, Digital History, National Archives, Library of Congress, and History Matters, are great places to find primary sources. For this one, the Digital History, when you go into it, you will need to click on an era over here. So for instance, the first Americans. And then if you go up here to where it says documents, these are all primary sources that they have listed here. You can use any of these as primary sources. And again, over here is the list of different eras. So if you're doing, Civil War or slavery, sorry, here are a list of slavery primary sources. And then, National Archives has a search, Library of Congress has some really great ones, and then this History Matters Mini Pass, it has a ton. You can type in certain keywords to help you locate, or you can click and then check any of these topics to help narrow it down. You can also use, like I said, government documents, like laws and legislature that have been passed. Speeches are great primary sources. So if I'm marked off for not having primary sources, you definitely need to take a look at these before you do your rough drafts. And if you have any questions about primary sources or what could be used as a primary source, please do not hesitate to email me. Um, Another great place to find sources is over here on our homepage. If you go over here to the library, online library, Films on Demand is a great place. This is where I find a lot of our documentaries that I post. All you need is your S number and it'll take you in and you can do a search for documentaries about your topic, especially if you're more of a visual learner, and that will help you find other secondary sources. But primary sources are the biggest ones. And what I will do, you'll see right below this video, I will relist all of these sites for you. That way you just have as a quicker reference. Also, for the proper citation format, normally I don't tell people to use this. I did direct most of you to Purdue OWL, but if you type in UNC Citation Builder, this will help you. And it's done by Chapel Hill Libraries. It's a great resource and it is pretty accurate when it comes to creating your citation. If it's a book, a chapter, or an essay, a magazine, a journal, newspaper, website, or even, a film, then all you have to do is click over here on citation style. It's got APA, MLA, Chicago. Um, you just plug in the information, and down here it will have it it'll create it for you. But shh, don't tell anybody I told you can use that. Um, but that is it for any guidance on your annotated bibliographies. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. All right, have a great rest of your week.